I'm Ebon.
And I'm William.
And welcome to another episode of the Thick and Thin Podcast. And welcome back for another episode of the podcast.
Hell yeah, dude. Back in stewed.
And stewed.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were abbreviating studio
Short
now.
for studio. I'm abbreviating everything nowadays in an attempt to save time.
Okay.
Because busy week. Well, I guess, I don't know. I guess it's kind of a normal. Our normal weeks are becoming busier, it seems, as time goes on.
Yeah.
I think is that just adulthood?
I don't know. For me, it's like it ebbs and flows.
That
I have...
pun intended?
I guess so, huh?
Yeah. It ebbs and flows.
It ebbs and flows. I don't know. I have weeks where it's like something's always going on, and then I have weeks where I'm just chilling, ain't doing nothing.
I don't know. I guess I have. I don't know. Like with comedy, it seems like it's so constant that it's like there's no like, not this week. It's just like it just doesn't. It just doesn't work like that typically.
Yeah.
But I did have like a show last night, which of course takes us out another night, which we don't typically do.
Yeah.
What else happened this week? I feel like more happened. I don't know. Does it matter? Probably not. Nobody listening gives a shit.
Oh, sure they do.
No, they don't. They don't care about our personal lives. They just want us to entertain them. Say it. Tell us. That's all you want from us.
Entertained?
Yeah.
Happy May the 4th. Star Wars Day.
May the 4th be with you.
I'm a nerd like that. With my Star Weezy shirt on.
Wearing your shirt. I have one Star Wars video game. Actually, I have two. But there's one that I haven't like played really. And so I might play that later if I have time. But we'll see. But that's about the extent of what we're going to do for May the 4th. I'm surprised the movie theater didn't have like... I'm surprised they don't like every May the 4th just play like a Star Wars movie.
They have in the past. I feel like they've brought back some prequels and things in the past. I think today, though, Disney's dropping another season of Andor, though. I did get an email about that.
That's smart.
So yeah, they find something to do for May 4th. Used to be back in the day, like stores would, like sell some Star Wars merch or whatever. Like Target used to do that.
Back in the day?
I mean, like pre-pandemic. I don't remember.
I was going to say, how long has May the 4th been like?
Unfortunately, back in the day now is like pre-2020.
I'm trying to remember when I first started hearing like the May the 4th be with you like thing.
I feel like in the late 20-aughts, early 20-teens is when I started noticing it. It wasn't always a thing.
I feel like sports places adopted it first because they always need like a theme or something like for their nights to like promote and stuff. And when someone went May the 4th be with you, they all just like their heads exploded and then it just like spread like wildfire.
Whoever came up with that or said it first,
they don't make enough money.
They really don't.
They definitely don't.
That is the perfect and most concise marketing of a day.
Whatever that person is doing, they don't get their due.
They're probably working in some rando dive bar in like Bug Tussle, Tennessee randomly and just be like, I was the first one to say that. You think Disney cut me my check? Like they're probably like some unsung hero somewhere.
No, they probably have like a marketing job for like some minor league baseball team. That's probably what it is.
I would bet it was just some off the cuff remark, some small town person, and
I see what
First of all,
it wasn't no small town person because they're not that smart.
Sure they are.
No, they're not.
Sure they are.
No,
especially with like little homespun witticisms. 100%. The best ones come out of the country. I think.
I'm from that. I promise you.
Maybe it's a southern thing. I don't know.
Maybe in the South.
Because they be having some doozies on them sayings.
Because they don't know how to articulate properly.
Oh my god.
Is that what it is?
No, you misunderstand.
Give me a southern phrase.
The perfection of a well-placed country metaphor.
All right, hit me with one.
Cow needs a tail more in fly time.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
So I used to hear it a lot from my grandmother, and she would use it in the context of like, all right, you can spurn me or do me wrong now, but you gonna need me someday. So basically, like a cow needs a tail more in fly time. Like you gonna wish you did right, kind of thing. Or like
like you're gonna regret this.
Yes.
Fucking say that.
I know, but I would rather hear a saying like that than you're gonna regret this. How boring is that? How unimaginative is that?
What do you need to? The problem with that is that then they'll turn around and go, "I told you you would regret this," but you didn't say that. You said something about some fucking cow's tail.
What about? There's another one.
Well, I have to decipher your
fast nickel beats a slow dime. You ever heard that one?
A fast nickel beats a slow dime? Mm-hmm. No, but it makes sense. I mean, I think I have heard it, but...
Okay. So, I don't know. That to me, I would rather hear that than, like,
that
you better take this money now while you can get it instead of waiting on a big payday later. See how much more concise that is?
Get rich or die trying. That's basically...
Okay. That's kind of different, but same vein.
Get money, F hoes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying not to swear because my dad gets mad.
You don't have any like good old homespun sayings?
No, it would be stuff that I think like is pretty standard. Like my dad likes to say shit like "squeaky wheel gets the oil. We'll pass that bridge when we come to it." Like, but those are like those are like run of the mill like things. But like they're also like pretty spot on. Mm-hmm. Like we'll cross that bridge. We'll deal with that when we get there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes, like, you say something, it's like, I don't know what that means. How am I supposed to take a lesson from this if I don't know what the hell it means?
That's fair. I'm trying to think some other ones that I heard. Oh, when I would whistle, because my grandmother did hate that. She thought it was the most unladylike thing ever.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
She would say, a whistling woman and a crowing hen never come to a good end, or something like that.
Well, that's pretty spot on, too.
A crowing hen?
A whistling woman and a crowing hen?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, well, they both get fucking their neck snapped.
I mean, to me, that's saying, it took me a while to even understand what that, or decipher what that meant, but that implies that you know what happens to crowing hens. Do hens even crow? I thought that was like the rooster that crows.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe the point is they're making too much damn noise.
Whatever. No.
Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like, I don't want to hear my rooster, my hens making noise, and I don't want to hear my wife making noise.
Oh my gosh.
So if either of them makes noise, they both get the hatchet. You know? Hey, just old-timey stuff. Speaking of, we just got back from watching Sinners.
Yes.
Written, I believe, and directed by Ryan Coogler. Fascinating film. I think it was just short of awesome for me. Like, just short of awesome.
What made it not awesome for you? Wait, spoiler.
Probable spoilers.
Don't watch if you have
to. Let's try our best to not, because I don't want people to not watch this.
I can just fast forward until we...
Now I have to do the time code thing again. It's going to be right here.
Yep.
All right.
You were going to tell me why it was less than spectacular.
I don't know, there was something about it where, like, kind of like, almost like right before the end. I don't know. There was just a lull for me at one point where it was like, I needed to get like a little more.
Is this before stuff started popping off or after it started popping off?
Before.
Okay.
Where I was like, okay, like it needs, like, there was kind of like this point where there was a bit of a cycle of like a few things that were happening. Where it would be like, this person comes up and they go, let me in, or you come out here, and then like, and then something happens, and then it kind of happened again. I was like, okay, like I get it, like, come on, like, let's go. So there were a couple scenes where I was like, I don't know if we needed this. There was one scene that was a masterpiece.
Yeah, that montage of musical history, ancestors,
and future. Like, that was so cool.
That scene, yeah.
So such a, like, it was weird because no other parts of the movie were like that.
No.
And so it just like took you out of it for a second. It was like, that was like
this like mystical vibe.
It was cool, man.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
And for it to not even have, I mean, the main character guy was singing, but it had no dialogue. It was just a swirling camera of just awesomeness and listening to the music. And yeah, it was so cool. People dancing,
and then they would have like modern day people like dancing, like DJ at the thing. And like, it would be like the old music, like blues music. And then they would have kind of like a hip hop beat underneath it. Mm-hmm. It was cool. Excuse me. That scene was awesome. Mm-hmm. That was... Yeah. That scene in and of itself was amazing.
Yeah.
And like, of course, there were like a ton of shots that were just like beautiful. Anytime they showed the sky, at any point, it was just like, how do they like get timing on this? Like with the clouds, it's like, wow. I guess part of it too, it was like, since it is like a vampire movie, it's like there's a part where it's like, all right, it's kind of basic in a sense.
I felt it, I don't know.
They took a basic thing and made... Oh, sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
To me, it was like the African-American, like, folk tale. Mm-hmm. Like a modern African-American folk tale about, like, vampires. And, like, you know, it's just like a mythical kind of thing. But, like, from an African-American perspective.
Yeah. Well, and see, for me, that... Not to say that vampire movies are relatable or not relatable, because if you're a vampire, how can you relate? I mean, who's a vampire that can quote unquote relate? But your typical vampire movies, the very few that I've watched, are like, you know, set in like Victorian England, or, or even if they're modern, it's just like it follows a very predictable pattern. And I liked that this kind of infused historical period piece of a different era in a different location with this, you know, trope that everybody knows of, you know, vampires and steaks and garlic and whatever. But I also kind of liked the race element woven into that story.
Yeah, it was enough, but it wasn't like overdone. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like modern white people are like, why are we like the bad people in the movie? Like, they can't really say this. Like, you can, but I mean, ultimately, but ultimately, that's not really what it's about.
Right.
There's definitely some undertones of it, and there is like a definitely like a racist like aspect to the like the story. It has the Klan in it.
Yeah.
And by the way, that ending scene, dog. So good.
Oh, yeah.
With Michael B. Jordan's final scene. Or I guess it's not his.
Yeah.
His performance was crazy.
Yes.
I told you on the way home, it took me like 30 minutes to realize that he was both. Because I didn't know anything about this movie. I saw like some things online about it. My friend Aaron Chase, shout out Aaron, he said he went and saw it twice. And so...
a part of me almost wants to see it again because I feel like there's some nuances that I missed.
I'll watch it on streaming. I'm not going to go
I want to
movie theater again.
I'll watch again, but...
I'd watch it again for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, their use of music was fun. Then they introduced the white people. They just started playing like a completely different kind of music, and it was like, and that was such an interesting like dynamic where like there's this juke joint made by black people for black people, and these white people show up and they're like, we want to come in, and black people are like, I know I can't tell you no, but come on, man. Like, you know, like...
We don't have much. Let us have our shit. Yeah.
It's like, you got it, but like... And like, bless y'all's soul. I know that, like, you were like, all right, come, like, fine. Like, you can come in, and then...
Hell breaks loose, and we regret it, yeah.
So, there was some undertones of that, but then, I don't know, like... To me, it was basically a metaphor for assimilation. We kind of talked about it before this. It was kind of like, join us, like, and then once like they started getting some of the black people, then it was like, oh, we can manipulate them more, and we can, you know, control them.
We've infiltrated.
Exactly. So, but it wasn't like so overbearing where it was like, even like I didn't feel like Get Out was like that, even though people complained about white people complained about it. You know, it was like, this makes white people out to be like bad people. It's like, okay, like that wasn't really. That was the point. But it's like, you almost could have done that movie with the same race and it still could have worked.
Yeah.
But the race thing just added a different another element to it.
Which I don't feel that way about Sinners. Like, I don't think if the original vampires, if they were not white, I don't think it would have packed as much of a punch.
Right. For sure. Absolutely. Because they already had reason to be skeptical. Yeah, and the way they present, it was so fun.
Yeah,
it was a fun movie. That's what it was fun. I had fun. I enjoyed watching the movie.
100% same. And I'm a scary wussy person, and my curiosity got the best of me listening to another podcast actually, where one of the hosts is, our wuss levels align, and so she was like, it was so good. I saw it. There were a couple moments where I had to like look through my fingers, but man, I'm going to go see it again. And I was like, oh, okay, well maybe I can. And then you kind of brought it up. So my caveat being, if we see it, it's got to be in the daytime because, I need to Control Alt Delete after, if I'm scared or whatever. But there were moments of gore, and I'm sure I probably wrung your hand to death, and there were lots of jump scares, and it's gory, especially toward the end.
Unnecessary jump scares. There was a few at the beginning where I was like, that was uncalled for.
I honestly, whenever
he was walking through the church, and it would just be like, bah! And it was like, what the fuck?
I think that was just basically to not let you relax. Like, it's like, we want you to be on the edge of your seat. We don't want you to be relaxed yet. You're never going to be.
But I wasn't like, I don't know. It was kind of weird. I was like, I don't know if I needed that, but whatever.
But I liked the psychological element. Like, I don't watch many scary movies or thrillers. Obviously, again, I'm a wuss. But what I find effective in scaring me personally is when we know stuff that the characters in the narrative don't know, and then you're just like, oh my god, like don't let them in. Like,
waiting for it.
And this really played on that a lot, like because we knew, like in the scene where the first vampire black or white guy shows up to the white couple. And, we kind of didn't know, and they were kind of skeptical, and they're like, all right, come on in. And then the Native American man shows up later. It's like, hey, have you seen something? And then it was like, oh, no. And then when she was calling her husband, it was like, oh, no, like he's... it was already over.
Because I found out over breakfast that it was a vampire movie, and a part of me wishes that I didn't know that at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because then I would have been like completely like in the dark. Like that scene would have been so different if you didn't know it was a vampire movie. I was still terrified,
and I still knew, but
again, if you have no idea, you'd be like, what is going on? And like it would make the reveal like way crazier because the beginning of that movie does not seem like a vampire movie.
None of it really does.
It was like, all right, these guys are coming up in the world. Like, they're getting their own. Yeah, it might be through some shady means, but fucking what you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
And then once that scene hits, it's just like a complete like shift. Like, what a strange, like, the first part is almost funny. It's almost a comedy.
Yeah.
Like, there's some funny stuff in it. The funniest line in the whole movie is attributed to Michael B. Jordan.
Of course.
I mean, of course, he's a star. But, so, again, spoilers. So, he plays two characters, and eventually one of them gets vampired and comes back to life, and he's in a room, and he's, like, banging on the door trying to get out. And I think this is when it happens, when he's still in the room.
I think, yeah.
I can't, it doesn't matter. Either way, he's, like, separated from the other Michael B. Jordan character, and he's, like, trying to convince the other Michael B. Jordan character to, like, join him. And when the still alive one refuses, the vampire Michael B. Jordan, he goes, no vision. It is the single funniest thing in that whole movie. It made me laugh out loud in the theater. And I don't know if anybody else laughed at that or if they laughed at me laughing, but it was funny to me. It was so good. And the fact that they decided to leave that in, it's like they could have cut that out. Like, it's 2 seconds. They could have just left that out, but goddamn, it was so funny.
I like that little pearl of humor amongst all the, like, that was going on. So
this is such a bad thing to share, but it's very... black entertainment.
Well, yeah.
To like just throw a joke in.
For sure.
That's why when they were all eating the garlic, I thought when the guy, he started, I thought he was going to be like, yeah. Like I thought he was going to do that because that seems like an African-American thing to do to your friends.
Yeah, for sure.
There was some parts and I was like, oh, they really just captured, like they got the culture in that little moment. Not that I'm one to be able to talk, but from what I can gather, it was just like that was a screenshot,
just a gem,
a screen cap of the culture that they were able to put in this 1932 setting. Yeah, it was so fun
for sure. Yeah, it was really good. I'm curious to see like what kind of if this will qualify for any award stuff. Apparently, there was something going on online about. Like, I don't know if it was like the Washington Post or like New York Times or something written this article like 3 days after its release, like kind of shading it a little bit, like something like, oh, with this budget, I'm paraphrasing, with whatever this big budget, and wonder if they're even going to make it, opening weekend. And then like Ben Stiller, I think, clapped back and was like, it's already made $60 million on day 3. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Good. Good.
But yeah,
support black artists. Because even Tom Cruise made a post on Instagram saying that
Tom Cruise?
When
really?
he saw, he was like, watch the after credit scene, which is so good.
Yes.
That after mid credit, whatever you want to call it, credit scene, that I think I would have had a different opinion on the movie if that wasn't in it.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it just brought it all back full together, and it almost explains the beginning of the movie where that that white guy kind of came out of nowhere, and the Native Americans were chasing him, and it's like they're just there, they're out there, they're just out there, and if you don't kill them all, they'll still multiply and live, and it was just a great like. Just wrap it up, and like, I mean, you get to see like Sammy like live his dream, like he'd made it, like, and he knows the name of the place,
Pearline.
Yep.
I did notice that.
There was some really really cool stuff, and I was like, that was just like it just
brought it together.
Yeah, so good.
Well, I didn't know that there was going to be a post-credit scene. However, I did hear that Buddy Guy, Blues Great, made a cameo in this, and so the whole movie
I'm like, the guy was at the end. Yes. Okay, I didn't know that.
And so the whole time I'm watching, in music scenes, I'm like,
where is he?
Where is he? And so after we got to the end of the movie, I was like, did somebody get it wrong? And then it was like, okay, well maybe. And then after the movie, the first credit started rolling, I was like, well, maybe he's just singing a song at the end, and they show him, and I was like, well, I'm gonna wait a little bit. And I saw some people get up and leave. I was like, he's got.
If the lights don't come on, stay in your seat. Yeah.
So yeah, I loved that.
That was awesome. And then Michael B. Jordan coming in his 90s black dude. It was
the cross
so
colors,
good. Oh, it was so good.
The boxy, fade.
Yeah, dude. He looked badass. You could have seen him courtside at the Bulls game for Michael Jordan.
For sure.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was a great scene. Like it wrapped it up beautifully. It sort of explained like they're just out there. If you don't get rid of them, you don't get rid of them. That's it. Like, and it just continues.
Yep.
And I like that about there. That's a good horror element. Like if the thing that happens has a way to continue, you get that chill down your spine. Like it's out there still, even though you know it's bullshit. It's out there still.
Yep.
And like if something comes to an end, it's like, all right, cool, like it's over. But like anytime there's like they're still there, it's kind of creepy.
But also, I just as I'm listening to you say that, I'm reminded of another element that was really interesting that I guess sort of makes it a little bit more racial, is because in the beginning, it was the fact that white couple didn't want to trust somebody not white that was giving them a warning that they got. Think about it, because the Native American was like, hey, somebody here. And they were like, no, we're good.
It might have been too late, though, at that point.
Well, true, but I feel like she was way more skeptical of a Native American guy than the guy that she let in her house. And then secondly, the 1/4 black lady that looked more white, she was the reason that they got infiltrated their group, technically. She's the one that got in first because she wanted to go out and let me see what they got to say, and let me see, we need some money, and they got some. I was like,
I thought the gold part was interesting. Like, there was a couple exchanges of like gold coins that kind of never got explained.
Yeah, that was interesting too.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like vampire lore,
or is it like, since they wouldn't, most coins are silver, and obviously they can't touch silver. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know.
Oh, I'm stupid.
But the sub moral of this story, I feel like, should be trust people of color when they tell you something ain't right.
Yeah. Don't let anybody in you don't know.
Yeah, that too. And what was that one, the chubby doorman guy? Like, he was on his job until...
Oh, Cornbread. That guy's in everything, man.
Oh, is he? Have you seen him in stuff?
Oh, yeah, I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
I haven't seen him in anything. Okay.
Oh, really? I've seen his face everywhere. I couldn't tell you his name. But yeah, I'd have to... I mean, if we like looked it up, I would be like, oh, I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen that. Pretty sure he was in Scary Movie. Or 8 Mile. Was he the guy in 8 Mile? He might have been in 8 Mile, like the big. I don't remember.
Okay.
But he's been around.
But I'm thinking back, there was a healthy level of skepticism until that girl went out and came back, and Cornbread was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Are you gonna let me in?" And that was the beginning of the end.
And then I liked the fight scene.
Which one?
When the Asian lady was like, "Come on in," then.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, no.
I know when she said it, I was like, no, don't invite him. Like,
and so like they all came in and they started fighting. I was like, there was like 6 of them. There's no way that this would have lasted. Like, I don't know. Like, there was like the fight scene was just kind of like.
So were the bullets just supposed to slow them down? Because there were people I saw. I assume they had silver bullets, but.
I thought they did too, or like they found.
I guess it's not supposed to kill him, because people that I saw shot, I saw later still fighting. Yeah, so I was like, maybe they were
just slowed them down.
They just slowed them down.
But it so like you kind of had to suspend your disbelief because they're so much stronger. Like,
I mean, they all got
suppose they're all power. Yeah, but based on like what they were showing, how their abilities.
Especially with them leaping and flying and shit. Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't. There's no way that would have. So I think that they just kind of overdid the amount of amount of vampires that they had, because it was like it didn't make the fight realistic.
Yeah,
because like 45 versus 6 of them.
Yeah,
it's like, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it was cool. There was definitely some cool shots. Man, what was the one? Oh, like when. Smoke or Stack, I can't remember.
Smoke had the blue hat, Stack had the red.
I can't. I mean, at this point, because eventually they took them off. And,
okay. Stack was with the white girl and Smoke was with the black girl. Okay. If that helps, I don't know. Does it help? Okay.
Whoever was paying Cornbread, he was like going to pay him, and then he like pulls his arm out to fight him, and then he pulls the gun real quick. That shot was so cool. It was so fast and just so. It was so fun.
The scene that made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up was when the 6 were still inside trying to, come up with a plan or whatever. Then they heard this like singing, and they were all like outside in a circle, like, ugh, that just gave me the willies.
They gave us a little Irish jig real quick. And, yeah, we all, dude, I had me river dancing in the theater. Did you notice?
No,
I was moving my feet.
I think I was too scared to notice stuff. Watch whiskey.
The fucking boop. It was a whole thing. They had a whole choreographed dance.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Taking me back to my roots. And it was interesting that they chose to use like those different kinds of music and especially once more people started to become vampires, because they're all like kind of hive mind, whatever. And so it was like, oh, we now know like this kind of music and this kind of, because I was just like, this, that was so cool. Like, I like the device of using like music
that's supposed to connect people, which I guess technically it did, but it was in a bad way.
That was very interesting. Trying to think what else. Oh yeah, at the very end where like the KKK comes to kill them after
shit's already gone down.
And Michael B. Jordan is just waiting for him with just guns ready, dude.
All
just
his World War One leftover guns, his Tommy gun.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that scene and then like the credit scene where I was just like, that was just like, I needed those. Because they could have ended it like with the boy like driving away with the guitar.
The
could have just ended
first
it there.
Scene.
Yeah, could have just ended it. But like adding those like, I was like, oh, that was satisfying.
Very.
You know? And like, yeah, seeing him like reunited with the big titty girl and their baby. You know, she had huge boobs.
The ganja, not the ganja woman, the root woman, the shaman.
I like to call her the shaman.
Yeah.
Just, wow. I mean,
she did,
massive.
She did have some biggins.
I mean,
some
good for her.
bitties.
Yeah, good for her. But like, wow, it was distracting.
Such a guy.
It's like I didn't know they made him like that back then.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
So yeah.
I was gonna make a really inappropriate joke, but I won't.
Good. All right. So is this the end of spoiler
I
talk?
think this is the end.
Okay.
Loved it. Go see Sinners.
100% recommend. And I'm a wuss, so if I went and saw this scary movie and want to see it again just to see the little nuggets that I missed, you know it's a good one. Very well done.
Okay. We have an article. Do you want to get to that first?
Sure.
Sure.
So, in my, I opened up the Apple News app and I was like, I wonder what kind of articles are like related to relationship stuff. And this popped up. And the first thing that caught my eye was Phubbing. And I was like, what is that? So, basically it's like this article, you know, starts off with like talking about just as generations get more digital and, you know, there's less actual face-to-face interaction, acting, that divorce rates are increasing because of phubbing. And scroll down a little bit.
So the headline is your spouse phubbing you? New technology can hinder connection romance. And this is an opinion article, apparently.
Yes. So it says, is phubbing really a divorce trend? Our obsession with smartphones runs so deep that one divorce attorney proclaimed that phubbing, the practice of ignoring your romantic partner in favor of your phone, would be the biggest divorce trend in 2024. Now technology is weaving itself even deeper into relationships. Soon couples won't just exchange traditional wedding rings, they'll be able to buy rings that let them monitor the emotional state of their better half anytime, all the time.
Like a mood ring?
Yes.
You fucking losers.
And it's like, I was like, wow, like, I know one of my soapbox things is the whole, like, people are getting less social and being less fluent in body language and being able to just actually make a connection that doesn't involve a keyboard. And I'm like, so this is the solution, is like saddling your partner with a mood ring because you don't want to be bothered to actually figure your partner out and get to know them and learn their social cues and body language like that. I don't know. This was so weird to me. This felt like some dystopian future shit to me.
Yeah, this leads to, remember we had that video of that girl that was like, the guy was in the doctor's office and he was FaceTiming.
Yeah.
This is what that leads to.
Yeah. And I was like, this is wild to me.
The raw ring. I mean, dude, come up with a new name. The raw ring. This is raw.
But
it's not.
It feels like an invasion of privacy, but yet it doesn't in a weird way. Because it's like isn't a person allowed their own, like, increase a heart rate or whatever to themselves? Like, but at the same time, it's like, well, you should know the person enough to know, like, if they seem unhappy or upset, or I don't know. It's weird to me. Like, what are your thoughts? It's such a kind of, I don't know.
This is one of those things that, like, jealous, insecure people need, And it's just like the next development in that. It's just like sharing your Facebook password in high school with your girlfriend. It's just...
That was a thing?
No.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
You know, and I kind of scrolled down and read a little bit, and this says there's vehicle apps that track a partner's whereabouts that have already been exposed as tools with potential for harassment, invasion of privacy. So it's like there are things that do, like we have Find My Friends app. Right. We have like, I don't know, like I don't know what. If you need this, I promise you things aren't going well.
Yeah,
already.
I feel like by the time you need this, it's already, your relationship's already doomed.
100%. These look cool though.
They look cool.
What's the voice tracking?
See, that's why it feels like it's supposed to like measure inflection, your heart rate, your temperature. It's just like
AI powered heart rate and temperature sensors and slick AF.
To me, this is so weird to me.
Look at this dumb whore. Like a bestie on a finger, keeping tabs on heartbeats, body heat, and interactions around your partner. When something's up, you'll know. Simple as that. Yeah. This face says, I've been cheated on a lot. Hey, can I tell you something too? She looks like she's cheated a lot.
Probably.
Like this is the picture you're choosing to post on your website as the co-founder of this of the
not exactly.
Don't Cheat website. You look like you want to suck every dude's dick that buys one of these rings. You look like you're selling blowjobs with the ring.
Oh my god.
With your shoulder tattoo, you slut. This is crazy. This is insane. I would not do business with this person just based on this picture.
Right. Well, it would be hard to take it serious. This company, this tech, seriously, based on that. But still, like, how
7 days of battery life? How does a 30-minute quick charge? I mean, I want that technology. How
does a person not realize that by the time you want this, it's too far gone? Just in the relationship.
This will be something that becomes like something that you like do off the bat. Like you go on a date with someone. Oh, you want a second date? Okay, you have to wear this ring.
Then you don't get a second date.
Hey, some people are gonna do it because they don't get any pussy. Reserve your ring. I was gonna see how much they cost, but it just looks like they're not yet. They're not real yet. I love companies like this where they're like, we came up with this idea and we're gonna do this thing, but we haven't come up with it yet. We need a bunch of money, so you should sign up. And then it's like, yeah.
That's, I don't know, that's wild to me.
Do they have a Kickstarter? That's what I want to, because like that's the way you do it. Get all those fucking stupid insecure people to send. That's really what this is. Yeah, it's a money grab. They are taking advantage of people's insecurities, and they're gonna capitalize
and make them more insecure.
Yeah,
because I could just see the conversation. Your heart rate went up at lunch when you were talking to a female coworker. What was that about?
I heard a different voice on your ring than normal, and you know the app is gonna send like, it's gonna be like false positives, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this about? And they're gonna be like, well, if you want like, you know, like more reliable data, then you have to do like the $5 subscription, because that allows a tech to go in and, you know, instead of the AI. God. You know what I'm saying though? Right. Like, so this is just a money grab for insecure people.
There's that many insecure people.
Oh, no, that's most people dating, I think.
Fuck, humanity is doomed.
Oh, for sure. Newlyweds don't need more insecurity. Yeah, if you're newlywed and you feel like you need that, you shouldn't have gotten married.
Thank you. Wait. Do an internet search for leading causes of divorce and you will run into the usual suspects: infidelity, substance abuse, domestic violence, lack of equality, incompatible parenting styles, and so on. What you likely won't find is this: insecure. Well,
that's all of these things.
Yeah. Isn't that the root of those things?
Yeah.
All of those, like you said, all of those things
create this. Yeah.
Surveillance rings for newlyweds could deliver a double whammy, increasing coercive control tactics and emotional abuse while actually amplifying insecurity. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's a opponent of it.
No, okay, yeah.
Both would feed, not reduce the divorce rate. Oh God.
AI tells us that insecurity hinders trust. No shit.
Yeah.
While real security fosters it. Translation: digital rings that enable us to suffocate our romantic partners won't automatically create trust. If we want stronger marriages, I'm afraid we'll have to strengthen them the old-fashioned way by talking to the human we married.
100%.
Amen, Alan Feigenbaum. You nailed it, dude. Yeah, that's a good opinion on this for sure. Yeah, it's somebody that they saw a gap and they just said, I can capitalize on this. Why raw? That's what I want to kind of find out. What's the acronym or whatever?
Good question.
Also, Queen's Tech. What does that mean?
What's the raw dating app?
Get raw. Date 100% real. Oh, so you get the ring and then you meet people through their app that also have the ring. Oh, so you're both psychos and you're agreeing to being psychos together.
Insecure people meet other insecure people.
Yes,
yeah, that's going to go well.
That's exactly what this is. It's Insatinder. Oh, this website's cool, though.
Insatinder. That is.
Yeah. It's insecure. It's, yeah. I mean, with these faces, you should be insecure. Jesus. Not that guy. He's good looking.
Wait, scroll up. He needs some chapstick on them.
Does he? Yeah, you're right.
Look like a little crack there.
This is a cool website, but I mean, yeah, this is the kind of people I expect to see on this. They have internal issues.
This, I don't know, this whole concept feels vulturistic. It's
100%.
preying on... Ugh, it's gross.
Not a straight guy in sight on this website, by the way.
For what you spend on this ring, how about you get a referral to a therapist?
Oh, wow, this is the biggest FAQ page I've ever seen in my life.
The font is...
Massivo.
But then the other stuff is like all small. For real, no fakes, no flakes, okay.
No ghosting, no catfishing.
Well, because you fucking are load jacking the other wearer. They can't escape.
Every day you receive notifications to take 2 pictures at that exact moment so you share with others
There's
what you're
a camera?
up to. No moment wasted. These photos will give you access to today's swipe feed and show your content to other users for 24 hours. You will see the full profiles of other...
My God.
This is just going to make you live a life that you wouldn't normally live.
Yeah.
Like, try to live a life that you wouldn't normally live. Yeah, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is very bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary bad.
Loyalty voice tracking. Yeah, that's not good.
Mm-mm.
Hold on. Let me see
I wish there was some
again.
like...
Look at her.
I wish it existed so that I could hear like a testimonial or something.
What? It would actually be fun for us to get these just because we know. Because we are so secure that just to like do it.
Just to see how the metrics read?
Yeah, just to see what it's like.
That's weird, though.
God, look, this makes me so angry. With your Hershey Kiss eardrop. Fuck you.
Why would she post a picture with a lollipop in her mouth like that?
A mist-colored fingernail.
That she put some white out on?
I can see your armpit crease in the bottom. It's gross. You're supposed to be a CEO or a co-founder, whatever. You know, you own the company.
Yeah, that's...
You should be wearing, like, a pantsuit.
But then at the same time, I'm actually...
Your head should be cocked like this.
I'm actually glad that her picture is like this. Because
now we know.
It already sounds like a shit show, and this picture is now a confirmation that it's a shit show.
Marina Anderson. What do you think she sounds like?
My name is Marina Anderson, and I'm the co-founder of Raw, and I'm here to foster full trust in relationships with my new technology.
Like a bestie on a finger, keeping tabs on heartbeats, body heat, and interactions around your partner. When something's up, you'll know. Simple as that. But just something like that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Just like fake boss bitch vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah.
That's so awful. Like she thinks she's doing like something super revolutionary. It's just like you're just making things worse for people.
Or like she's helping society or something. I'm like, no, you're preying on its worst fears and making them worse.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Ugh.
Hilarious and awful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If they didn't look so cool, I'd be even more upset. But there are plenty of places you can get rings that look cool.
True.
So yeah, that's an phubbing. So phubbing is what they're calling like
when you're in your phone, I guess, more than interacting with your partner. They're saying that phubbing is the reason like divorce rates are increasing.
They're just in their phone all the time. Well, that's because like more millennials are getting married now.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like, and Gen Zers even are starting to get married now. So, yeah, that's their life, man.
So again, instead of addressing the dependence on one's phone, they're like, let's just prey on the scab and hole in your soul.
Yeah, it's interesting that it's like, oh, you want to be on your phone all the time? Like, it's weird that they're using that as an argument because then so what is the?
So you're creating a situation where they have to be on the phone more to check what your heart rate is.
I don't understand how that supports their argument.
Yeah,
necessarily.
I don't either.
I guess it's like, well, if they're going to be on their phone, I want to know like what they're doing, or like what they're
Jeez.
But then it's like, yeah, you can track their heartbeat and all that stuff and voice tracking. And it's like, but you can't track what they're doing on their phone. So it's like, now you need an app for that too.
Oh, God.
And it's like, then you need the app to follow their car. And it's like, what are we doing here?
I'm trying to think of friends that I have that are married or involved or have, I should say broken up and or divorced. I don't remember dependence on the phone being the reason, but I mean, my friends are also mostly my age, so maybe that's a younger folk thing. I don't know.
For sure. I would love to see like an 80-year-old couple. When she's just like, he's just playing Candy Crush all the time, and I just can't take it anymore. I dealt with him being gone through 2 wars, and I can't deal with him being on the Candy Crush anymore. He neglects his laundry, he barely eats his dinner, and he's just like, I just want to play my games, you wretched whore. And, like, that's...
Oh my gosh. So what in another 50, 60 years, that's going to be the conversation?
That's going to be us. That's the divorce court I want to see. That sounds hilarious.
I mean, give it time, I guess, huh?
And he's like, I lost friends so that you could bitch about me and you're in my house, lady.
I got this stupid ratchet ring for you and you're still chapping my ass.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That sounds hilarious. Yeah, bad idea. Don't do it.
Agreed.
Just get a mood ring, right? I mean, I guess that doesn't like track the thing, but it's just
a mood ring. I mean, as cool as they sounded back in the day, it's just a temperature-based thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cold yields one color, warm or hot yields another, and the blend of something. It's really not tracking them.
Yeah, mine was always black. It was just too hot.
I thought black was
evil spirit,
cold.
vampire.
I feel like mine was the one I had was my grandmother's. It was always a darker color, but my hands are always cold generally.
I don't know. Who knows, man?
I have to find that ring. See if it still works. Anyway. So yeah.
Do you think there's a uniform, like universal, like reading chart for them, or do you think you have to look by brand? Like they have to be different. You mean the raw
rings?
No. Like your standard mood ring that you bought at a counter at
I think it's just
7-Eleven.
I think it's just a standard.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think it varies by maker? These different colors?
I mean, unless they just wanted an outlier wants to do something different. But I feel like in like grade school and junior high, when people had them for fun, blue usually denoted like warmer and black denoted cold. Like that
so you're black or blue.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could be in the middle if you're weren't extremely hot or cold. I don't know. It was weird.
If you're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
We are both attending concerts this upcoming week on 2 different days. We're just going to be going complete opposite directions of each other 2 days in a row. We should say, I guess, what shows we're going to. So you're going to see
Beyonce, Cowboy Carter concert.
Cowboy Carter?
Yeah.
Cowboy Carter?
That's a mouthful. I didn't realize that would be so hard to say fast.
Yeah, CCC.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to the CCC, baby. Yeah, so she's going to see the Queen Bee in LA
Wednesday.
and then I'm going to see Between the Buried and Me and Protest the Hero on Thursday. Between the Buried and Me is performing 2 whole albums.
Okay, I need you to say that slower.
Between the Buried and Me.
Oh, Buried and Me.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just heard Between the Bury Me, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I know. Weird name, fantastic band. They're so good. They're just great music writers. They're a band where they, like, you sit down, you listen to their music, and it's like, oh, you guys can just write whatever you want, and it comes out good somehow. I don't know how they do it. Like, they just put together things, and it just sounds cool.
Okay.
I don't know how they do it. So they're doing, because they have 2 albums that it's like a 10-year and a 20-year anniversary of those albums.
Oh, so they've been out a while. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, they've been making music for a long time. And they're playing both of those albums front to back. Yeah.
I hope abbreviated versions of the tracks. Otherwise, that's gonna be a long concert.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I hope not. Because I paid $40. It's about to be the most
you get a
bang
taste
for my buck. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, metal concerts aren't expensive.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That's just how it, like, yeah, your hip hop shit, 2, 3 in your arenas and stuff. I'm at it's a small, like, we could do a comedy show in these places probably.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're small.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just gonna be like bang for my buck.
Nice.
I'm excited. So I guess my question for you, like, leading up to concerts, like, do you have like rituals or like things that you do to like prepare your, like, lead up to it, excite yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, in preparation for.
At the risk of getting a lot of gasps at this admission, this is like, classical music aside, don't judge me, I'm a nerd. This is my first, like, popular music indoor concert. I had got tickets from to see Dido when I was in college, but it was like Dido. I'm sure you've heard her songs.
Okay.
Anyway, she was popular in the early 2000s, but it was like an outdoor, like it wasn't the Hollywood Bowl, but it was that type of a thing. It was like an outdoor thing. So yeah, I've never gone to a legit, like, popular music concert, so I'm going here completely blind. I have no idea what to expect. So
Interesting.
So as far as rituals, it's like, I don't really have one. I mean, you mentioned like earplugs, so I'm gonna have some because I imagine it's gonna be loud. But yeah, I really, the only concern I have now is just trying to piece together an outfit. Honestly,
I honestly I don't think you'll have a problem with noise, like it being too loud. I think, especially at an arena, they have it figured out.
Okay.
To where it's like, it's just not going to be like
blowing
at metal concerts. Yeah, at metal concerts, they literally, like, it's like a stage, and then they'll do like a wall of speakers on either side of the stage, and it's just that's the sound system.
Gotcha.
So it's just blasting and like on either side of your. I remember I went to a concert in college, Protest the Hero, and they were headlining that one, and there was a band opening for him he was the guitar player for some band, and he went and did this solo project. His name was Jeff Loomis. And so he was like right before Protest went up. And he went out and he started playing. It's just like thrash metal guitar where it's just like high pitched, just like, no vocals because he's just a guitar player and it's just instrumental, and he's just ripping solos the whole time. And maybe like the first song, his guitar was kind of quiet, so the people in the crowd were like, "Turn your guitar up! It's not loud enough." And so that he like turned to his tech and was like, "Turn it up!" And they did, and like literally, I was probably that corner away from the speakers.
Oh no!
On like the right hand side,
you heard like thudding, reverbing.
So while we were there, it was awesome, right? It was just fucking shredding, just ripping, and enjoyed Protest. But the next 3-4 days, my right ear just like beep, like a
gosh.
I was for a couple days. I was like, oh, this I might have done some permanent damage.
You chipped away at some hearing there.
Yeah. And I haven't had any problems since, but I think that might be like the last like metal concert that I went to, where it was like a closed, like small space. So that's why I was like, this time I'm like, I definitely need to take earplugs and I can always take them out if I want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think an arena. I think you'll be pretty safe.
Okay.
Still take them. You never know how close you're going to be to the thing that you know. And I don't think I've ever been to like a true like popular concert either.
Okay, so I don't feel bad being experiencing a first at this big age.
Well, I've never like really been into like popular music. I mean, I started to get into metal when I was like early in high school. So by the time I was going to be like going to concerts, it was going to be that stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, like I knew, like, like popular stuff is just too expensive.
Right.
Like, we were looking at Kendrick tickets the other day. It was like the worst tickets are $250. It's like, what the hell, dude? Like, I understand that like he's Kendrick and everything, but it's like still, it's like that's insane. Like, and the seat was like behind the stage, like way up in the top, and it's like they might have a curtain. I don't even know if I'm going to actually be able to see it. That's insane. Anyway.
Wow.
So, for me personally, what I like to do, I discovered in high school, like when I was going to like Warped Tour and stuff, which was like a huge like music festival that would like move city to city like every day, or like I think they would do weekends, but basically like it was for like high school emo kids and to like go like because they would have like all the metal bands like. All the popular ones would be at Warped Tour. And so you could go and you could see 5, 6, 7 of your favorite bands throughout the day. It was awesome for $25. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was amazing. I think they're going to bring it back, but I don't think any of the bands that I like now are going to be.
Yeah.
So what I would do, I found out that there was a website you could go to. It's called setlist.fm. And this might ruin concerts for people. So if basically it lists, you can look up an artist and go to a day that they had a show, like a concert they have a show, and then someone that was there puts the set, like what songs they play for that concert. And of course, like usually by tour, like it's pretty set. Like,
do you usually check that? Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know. Like it is a thing of like, do you want to know what songs they're going to play?
Well, I mean, one of the friends that I'm going to the Beyonce concert, she actually sent us an article that was like, oh, they mentioned the set list, so if you don't want to know it, like, don't read the article. And I didn't click the link yet, but it's like, I mean, it's not like a narrative that can be spoiled. Like, presumably, a concert goer knows the repertoire of this artist's work anyway. Is that really a spoiler? I don't know.
I can see it both ways because there is something, like, especially if you've never, like, because yes, they know their songs, but they don't know what songs they're going to play. And you have your favorite songs that you want to hear. Especially someone like Beyonce, like you have your songs that you want to hear. That might not be the same as everybody else.
But is that a deal breaker on attending? If it's an artist you like well enough to attend the concert, do you care that much?
No, but here's the thing. When those songs start at a concert, at a live show that you're at, and you're not expecting it, and it's the song you wanted to hear, it's one of the greatest feelings ever.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like you're like in sync with them. It's like, this is my favorite song. How did you know? And it was like, well, fucking, it's like the top on our list of iTunes. Like we have the data, or it's like. At the same time, it's like, well, you must like this song too, or else you wouldn't be playing it live.
That's
so, and especially I guess with like metal, it's probably different with metal than it is with like pop music because they actually care about the music. I forgot what I was saying.
We're talking about just the benefits or whatever of a set list.
So I think there is something to like, oh man, like I wasn't expecting them to play this song. Like this is so dope. But I don't know. Like I like to know because I like to go then make a playlist that's the whole concert, like top to bottom.
So you can pregame?
100%.
Huh, okay.
And so like I can like anticipate like what's coming next. And what's cool, I thought they're going to play a new song. Protest the Hero is going to play a new song through this tour that hasn't been released anywhere.
Okay.
And that I'm glad I know, because then I can sit back and I can be like, this is going to be the new song. I can just listen to it.
Okay.
Because like if you're just like in the mosh after like one of their like hits, and then they start playing a new song, you like, it's like, what? I don't know what is this? Like, I don't know what to do here.
Okay.
So I'm glad that I know that that's going to happen so that I can be ready for it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then with Between the Buried and Me, since they're playing like so much music, which by the way, when I made the playlist it was Protest and BT Bam. That's what
BT Bam.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is 2 hours and 36 minutes. Yeah, and
Wow.
that's without the new song for Protest the Hero, because obviously it's not, I can't put it on the playlist. Yeah. So we're looking at like 2 hours and 45 minutes of music as like the tracks play.
Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so excited. Oh, my point bringing that up. So listening like through the albums, there's like certain points when I'm like, oh, I want to make sure I'm watching the drummer do that, or I want to make sure I'm watching this solo get played because it sounds insane, or like I want to see what this drummer is doing to do this sound, because I have no idea. This drummer, I don't know his name, I should, but he is a drummer that I listen. Most drummers I can listen to and I go, okay, I get what they're doing. I can hear what they're doing. I understand how they would do it. This guy, I have no idea. Like I don't know, man. It's hard to explain.
Some superhuman stuff.
I don't know. He's the best. I don't know what to say. Like I don't know how to explain it. He's just good. So like, I want to get like a vantage point. Like, I know you were like, you sure you want to go alone? I've never been more excited to go to a concert.
Well, I'm only concerned about you going alone, like on the drive back.
Yeah, I know. But everything, I don't know. Like,
you're going to be so adrenaline hyped for the show that'll power you home, I hope.
I think so. Okay. And I can always just pull over at a Walmart and go to sleep if I have to.
That's right.
So yeah, I want to get like a vantage point, because like, you know, when there's someone with you, even if it's like you, like, I wouldn't want to be like, oh, let's go over here and then move over here. I just want to be able to like float around,
that's fair,
sipping my beer or whatever with my earplugs in, and just not have to like worry about anything but myself. Yeah. Like, that sounds so fun. Like,
all right.
There have been times when I'm like the Tigers were here this weekend. If it wasn't for like us going to like these concerts and potentially like Kendrick at the end of the month too, like I probably would have gone and seen them. I've always been like, I think it would be so fun to just go to a baseball game alone.
Really?
Oh my God, it sounds just like blissful.
Really?
Like, I would go, I would get a beer, I'd put my AirPods in, I would listen to the game on my app.
Oh, the commentator.
Like, yeah, I would listen to the radio, like the game, because there's no commentary at the park.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would keep score, like in the scorebooks. Like, I want to do that. Yeah, it sounds so nice. Like,
do it.
It's just so far. And just like, I don't know, like, but it seems like it's one of those things where, like, the metal concert, I was like, Evan probably doesn't want to go to this anyway. Like, I know you would have if I was like, I don't want to go alone. Will you please go with me? You definitely would have. But it was like one of those things where I was like, I know she doesn't want to go, so I'll just go alone. But a baseball game, it's like, you would enjoy going. Yeah. I don't know if you would enjoy the metal concert, but you would enjoy the baseball game because it's an event, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know, they're just like not
something
the same.
I can follow reasonably easily.
And so like, I feel bad just being like, you stay home, I'm going to go to the baseball game. Like, that's crazy, you know? But the idea of going alone and just, again, having a beer, doing the score, and just like soaking up the rays, have my sunglasses on, putting out vibes in the upper deck.
Putting out vibes.
You kidding me? That's what I'm gonna do when I retire. That's my retirement plan.
All right.
Season tickets to whatever the closest baseball team is. Just go keep score by myself. Leave me alone.
I could totally see you doing that too.
Sounds so great.
Just the cantankerous older man in his season ticket seat. Just Has his whole little setup.
Hell yeah,
I could see you doing that.
The north side of Chicago. I can take the train there. You know, you can take the
L?
the subway, just straight to Wrigley.
I figured it would be.
It's
yeah.
so nice. It's so awesome. Yeah. I don't know how easy Cubs tickets would be to get season tickets for, though. Probably be pretty difficult. They're one of those franchises.
I was gonna say. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty attainable thing for any franchise, really. If you live close enough.
It depends. It depends. Some of them are picky and weird about who, like, it has to be like passed down or like.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh,
Some place, not every place. Some places are weird. Like Green Bay Packers are weird about their season ticket holders, like because you're technically like a shareholder, I think.
Oh.
In theory.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure how it works, so I think they're kind of limited. But then there's other places where like. The Tiger, or pretty much every place is like get season tickets, and it's just like a normal seat, you know.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Don't Danny and Donna? I don't know if they do the Niners or Warriors, like one of those teams. I feel like
do they?
Somebody, I think they have season tickets for something like that. Maybe I don't know. But I'm showing my ignorance, but I assumed it was easy to attain them as it is to get like Pantages Play season tickets.
You
just sign up
in
and
advance.
Yeah.
I don't know because I'm sure they get a lot of inquiries.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
But I mean, they can also seat like in their their whatever domes, arenas. I mean, it has so many seats. Like I feel like anybody who wants season tickets seems like they should be able to attain them pretty easily.
You would think. I don't know. Like, I guess the question is, in the event that they could sell every seat as a season ticket to a season ticket holder, would they? I don't know. Like, cause wouldn't you always want to get that like walk up kind of thing? Like,
but season ticket holders guaranteed money.
Right.
You don't.
Right.
You're not left wondering, a few hours before, is the seat going to get filled?
Can I get season tickets for like the nosebleeds? Or does it, you know what I mean? Like, because normally when people are like, I got season tickets, it's like a nice seat. It's like that's
like I said, I don't know how sports work, but like with play stuff, yeah, you do pick your seat, and it's you have the same seat obviously for each play, but you and depending on where you pick, you pay the price accordingly. So like an orchestra seat is more than like a mezzanine. So I assume
you pick per play. No, you pick for the whole season.
You pick one seat, and that's where you sit every time.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if sports stuff is like that.
Yeah, it would be. It would definitely be like that.
Okay.
But I don't know how. Like, I don't know if they do. If you can. I think that they probably have like these are season ticket holder seat areas. You
don't think they have tiers? Like, I'm just throwing a number out there. Say there's 10 games in the season. If you get 10, if you pick a seat at the 50-yard line, whatever, it's like $1,000 versus if you pick the season for a nosebleed, it's $300. I don't know. Like, you don't think it's worked like that? You think all their season ticket seats are in the same space?
I don't know. I've never even thought about looking. I've told my dad, hey, we should get season tickets, but I mean, he never did.
Well, I feel like it'd be more, they'd probably sell more if it was tiered, like depending on where you choose to sit.
Yeah. Well, now you can do like partial season tickets or like half season, we go to half of the games or something, or there like be like packages and stuff. So I'm not sure how they do, but it would be nice my stipulation, if I was to buy season tickets, I would want the same seat every time for sure. And I would want to choose that seat.
For sure.
I wouldn't go for it unless I was satisfied with the seat. I don't know how we got on this topic.
I don't know. We were talking about concerts and somehow we got to sports stuff. When we went and saw the Clippers.
Yeah, that was technically a season ticket, that was in the fan section. That was in the wall. So like that.
Is that seat where one would sit each time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Huh. I don't know how sports works. Be interesting to research.
Now I'm actually curious. I mean, I'm sure that you can do like because they just want to sell tickets. So like if you want to do like a 6-game package, they'll do it. Like they'll figure it out for you. Someone will call you and they'll figure it out. Like that's what salespeople do. So yeah. So with that information, do you think, like with like the set listing, you think you're gonna change? Like, how well do you know Beyonce stuff? Like, do you feel like you could go in blind and like any song that's played be like, oh shit?
No,
like,
I mean, unless she plays some old stuff, because
Right.
I mean the Beyonce songs that I really like are like old stuff.
Right.
So I am in the process of listening to the Cowboy Carter album because I had not prior to getting gifted the seat. So it's mainly going to be new, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Safe assumption.
Yeah.
Unfortunate though.
It's fine. I mean, I'm really just, I'm going into this with an open mind just to fully absorb the experience.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, you'll have fun, especially you're going with your friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Get a drink and you'll have a good time.
Yeah, I think so.
Anything else? You don't know what you're gonna wear yet? Sometimes Beyonce does like themed stuff where you're supposed to wear like something specific. Have you looked that up yet?
No.
Or asked your people?
No.
You should ask.
I on another podcast I listened to where they are hardcore Beyonce fans. One of the hosts is from Oklahoma, and she's about that country, life. And so she'd made a comment saying like, "Oh, all these people appropriating my culture for this concert," but I'm okay with it though. So I imagine a lot of people are dressing up like more westerny or whatever. Which
gross.
No, don't be judging. But I am borrowing a cowboy hat because I don't own one. But the rest of it is just clothes I have. I did not buy any Western wear, so. And my decision to wear a hat is somewhat twofold because I want to have my hair down, but it's LA and it's humid, and I know if it's just out and uncontrolled, I could potentially have an Angela Davis fro by the end of this. So I want a hat to kind of shield my shit if I need it. So yeah,
Listen. I support black people. I think black people are by far the most fashionable and coolest of people.
I hear a butt coming.
But you can't do West, like nobody can. It's not you. It's not y'all. It's nobody. It doesn't work for anybody.
Wait,
Western gear.
Except unless you're in a rodeo, maybe. Yeah.
You still look dumb. It doesn't matter. Like,
you just don't like it at all.
It doesn't look good at all for anybody. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just black, but like just because it's been more recent for black people because of Beyonce, that made me realize like, oh, everybody looks dumb in this shit. Like, you are the coolest people that we have, and you can't even make it look cool. So like, it's doomed. It's a bad fashion. It doesn't look cool.
I said, I'm not leaning in. I'm not. Some people are getting full on boots and chaps, and I'm not leaning in that hard. It's just jeans, some regular boots.
I'm not gonna stand here and be like, that's white culture. That's appropriate. No, I don't give a shit about that. I don't want you to lose your cool points.
I mean, I don't intend to.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about all black people. I want y'all to stay on top. I want you to win. This is not how you do it.
I'll report back on what it looks like.
It's just y'all. It just looks silly. The hat, the brimmed. Oh, dude, I
can't wait.
Everybody
to
looks
model
dumb.
the cowboy hat for you.
Everybody looks dumb. Oh, by the way, Sinners made me want to get a pipe again.
Who had a pipe?
Michael B. Jordan was smoking a pipe at one point.
I just saw him cigarettes.
He was smoking a pipe at one point. Oh. Trust and believe. I saw it.
You want a real pipe?
Yeah.
To put tobacco in?
Yeah.
Oh, not tobacco.
Like real man. Sit on back and just puff my pipe. That's what I'm going to do at the Cubs games when I get my season tickets. Take my pipe. And then be like, sir, you can't smoke there. And like, we tell you every week. I forget. I'm old.
You were going to be such a grumpy old man.
I know. I'm so excited. All right, let's wrap this up.
All right.
Last words for the folks.
Go see Sinners. Report back on your thoughts.
Yep. Share, subscribe, like. Follow us on Instagram.
Eb_Nick.
And Willie_D20.
And email us at thickthinpod@gmail.com.
Yep. And we will see you next week.
Bye.